Welcome to New Black Knowledge. This is Logic, and today I'm going to be dealing with the Philadelphia Vigilance Committee, and I'm going to be talking about two of the main characters who help facilitate this organization's success. One is Robert Purvis, and the other is William Still. So Robert Purvis was a leading figure in the anti-slavery movement and an active Underground Railroad conductor in Philadelphia. His interest in abolition stemmed from childhood and reading books like Jesse Torrey's Portraiture of Slavery, which was given to him by his father. It was the beginning of his lifelong commitment to anti-slavery and the advancement of blacks in America. This early acquaintance with the issue of slavery resulted in his first public address on slavery at the age of 17. He also became acquainted with Benjamin Lundy during the early years and was one of the founding members of the American Anti-Slavery Society. In 1837, Purvis was among the organizers of the Vigilance Association of Philadelphia. He was appointed president in 1839, and by the end of 1841, the association was aiding on average more than 3 fugitive slaves per week. After the passage of the Fugitive Slave Law of 1850, he threatened to shed the blood of any pale-faced specter who entered his dwelling to execute this law on him or his. In 1852, when the increase in fugitive slave traffic necessitated the formation of a new separate vigilance committee, Purvis was made chairman. The committee, which aided about 1,000 fugitive slaves from that time until the beginning of the Civil War, played a key role in coordinating Underground Railroad efforts throughout the Northeast and Canada. Now the next person we're going to deal with is William Still. William Still, the youngest of 18 children, grew up on a small farm in Medford, New Jersey. He left home at the age of 20 to labor on neighboring farms, and in 1844 traveled to Philadelphia in search of work. In 1847, he obtained employment as a janitor and clerk for the Pennsylvania Anti-Slavery Society. Peter Still from William Still, the Underground Railroad, Philadelphia. During the summer of 1850, Still interviewed an ex-slave named Peter, who after purchasing his own freedom had traveled to Philadelphia in search of his family. While listening to the man's story, Still realized that Peter was his brother, separated from the family 40 years earlier when their mother had fled from Maryland. After this fateful encounter, Still began to document and preserve the stories of the men and women who were fleeing from the South and to help reunite families torn apart by slavery. After the Philadelphia Anti-Slavery Society reorganized its Vigilance Committee in 1852, Still became its first corresponding secretary and chairman. For the next 8 years, he coordinated escapes with numerous activists, including Harriet Tubman, and documented the stories of nearly 650 runaways. A new committee was in order, he said, because the friends of the fugitive slave had been for some years past embarrassed for the want of a properly constructed active vigilance committee. Pennsylvania Freedmen quoted in Still.